A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The places you play and where you stay looks like one great big alleyway. You'll admire all the number book takers, thugs, pimps, and pushers, and the big money makers, driving big cars, spending 20s and 10s, and you wanna grow up to be just like them. Smugglers, scramblers, burglars, gamblers, pickpocket peddlers, even panhandlers. You say I'm cool, I'm no fool, but then you wind up dropping out of high school. Now you're unemployed, all non-void, walking around like your pretty boy Floyd. Turned stick-up kid, but look what you done did. Got sent up for an 8-year bid. Now your manhood is took and you're a make tag. Spend the next 2 years as an undercover fag, being used and abused to serve like hell. Till one day you was found hung dead in a cell. It was plain to see that your life was lost. You was cold and your body swung back in.
Woohoo! Good morning, beautiful people. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. It's nice to be with y'all on this rainy middle of the week. Rainy middle of the week. Well, if you follow the news, you know the Republicans got their wish. And, yeah. Yeah, whatever. I don't know if I'm in the place to talk about it just yet. I've been just floating around these social media, looking at the responses to people, and I'm just sort of getting a sense of how people are feeling, what people are talking about. And most people, the majority of the people, do not know what is happening, which is a little disconcerting to me. And I saw a poll that said the majority, at least 67% of the people don't understand what is happening. Well, it's about to get real in the field. It's about to get real out here in these fields. So if you don't know, you're going to know. And if you didn't know, you're going to find out. And it's going to hurt. Because this is the largest transfer of wealth in the history of this country, from poor people to rich people. And that's going to hurt. That is absolutely going to hurt. So just, get yourselves ready. Start your gardens, sock away some money, because all your damn bills are going to go up. Try to figure out a way to insulate yourself as best as you can, you and your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a real challenge, and it's gonna be tough. So if you know, you can get prepared. Do you know what I mean? Like preparation. Preparation is critical. So if you can get prepared, and some of y'all can, I would start to do so. Because these are going to be very dark days coming forward. And I'm trying to sort of see what else is happening. You could just, yeah, just, when the Americans hate Americans, that is really My little chair has my chair has scooted down. Now I gotta I feel like I'm sitting up high because when the chair scoots down and it drops low, 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 it's a pain in the butt. It is really a pain in the butt. So, here we are in these upside down times. And I wish I could talk about it from a positive place, but I don't think I can yet. Although I know people are very optimistic in their hearts and minds. I know I am, but I also know this is gonna be very challenging. Oh look, you caught me moving my chair around the picture. That's so strange. Okay. Well, I'm sitting up right now, so you could see me. You can see me. I didn't get a chance to walk today because it's kind of wet out. And as much as I like being outside in all the elements, um, I didn't want to get my new sneakers wet. I didn't want to get my new sneakers wet. So I'm just gonna let it be. My sister is coming into town this weekend. I did some shopping yesterday. I think I'm done. I think I'm done buying things. I got my bathroom fixed, my shower head, shower. It had an old school, turn the knob, three knobs across the bottom and a spout. So he replaced that with a one unit where you just move the handle left, right, and then you pull the thing to make the shower come down. And then I bought a new shower head, so I have a new shower head. But I haven't used my shower yet because I've not cleaned the bathroom. You know, I used the bathroom, the toilet part, but I haven't used the tub. So now I gotta get in there and give it the old school elbow, scrub it down. But I bought all the things for it. I bought a new rod. I bought a new curtain. I bought rugs. I bought, the thing to hang in the shower. I have a very, very small bathroom. It is very, very small. Like it is small, all. So, so hopefully I could get a vanity this weekend if my sister's coming up, pull it out and see what happens. You know, let's see what happens. It's a ugly color. I don't even know what color this is. It's a green of some sort. And yeah, yeah, yeah. So so yeah, so I had a thought about what I wanted to do in there, and I think I can execute it. I think I could execute it. I think what will make me feel better is if I get out and go hear some music. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, you know. Maybe I'll get to I'll get to the cannon tomorrow. I mean, we'll see. I don't really need to go nowhere. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna find my bowls and put my bowls up and listen to music at the house. Because I'm up here trying to think about going somewhere to spend money. I know I can't spend no money. You hear? You see how we do? See how we do? I'm facing this way because the window is that way. I could look out the window. Um, and my body is achy. It is so achy. Ugh. So I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Whew. But you know what? It's we're child. I have no idea what is gonna happen. I have no idea. None whatsoever. I don't have any idea. I just know the world is a very different. It's going to be a very different place than in just a little bit of time. And to have this sitting president in a matter of months undo 60 to 80 years worth of civil rights and humanitarian efforts um, says a lot about the power of white supremacy. It says a lot about the power of white supremacy. And this is where I get most disheartened to talk about how do we how do we educate the masses to a place where they can um, not vote in their best interest. Like how do we have those kinds of conversations at the grassroots level moving forward? Because ain't a damn thing we could do right this moment in terms of changing. But we can figure out a way to reach people. I don't. I'm at a loss at how to do that at the moment. And I like political strategy a whole lot. I like it. But this is a different animal. I'm convinced, as I have been for quite some time since the first Trump presidency, is that the reason why people like Donald Trump is because he has a hatred for the people that they hate. And he uses the language and the rhetoric that they can relate to because that's his belief. And to them, it looks like he's doing something about this false idea of they taking away something for them, and it's just not true. He's convincing people that poor people are the problem. He's convinced people that immigrants are the problem. And people are like, it's just like the Bee Gees, the Michael McDonald saying, what a fool believes he sees. And so, you know, it's easier for them to believe all of that and to see it, even though it's not true and it's not real. But they create this false narrative that they stand on. And it's easier to sort of say they are the problem when it really isn't the problem. It is very rich people not concerning about your humanity and where you are in the world. They're only concerning themselves with the bottom line of their business, of their business. And so somehow or other, you just think if they had a bigger role in things, that they would be equitable with the wealth, with the money. They ain't never going to be equitable. It wasn't true in the 1920s. It wasn't true when the land barons. It wasn't true 1619 when the transatlantic slave trade made fortunes for everybody, institutions, and personal wealth alike. It's not true, and it's not true in 2025. I just, hmm. So I don't know how to, I need some time to wrestle with this a little bit more. I got to get in a room with other smart people and listen and hear people. That's how I could think about this. Maybe I could have a path. I get in another room and listen to people. I think Democrats caved to a lot of this stuff. I think they did. And I not cave like they want harm to come to us, but caved in the sense that, if you are a decent person, you think everybody else is going to show up decent. And so when they don't show up decent, you're like, okay, they're not decent about this, but surely there's something they're going to be decent about. And then every step that you make, there is no decency. And so you keep hoping for something that does not exist. And that loses a lot of time and a lot of ground. And I think that's what the Democrats have done. They just thought that some of those Republicans on the other side will yield to their better angels. Hell no, they didn't. Hell no, they won't. And the only one in the ninth hour to do it is Till. And he only did it because he's not running for his seat again. Because if he was running for his seat again, he'd be toting that Republican piss and pouring it on his constituents. He'd be pouring that just like the rest of them. And I don't know how, well, I do know. White women ain't never been on the side of nobody but white women and white men. There's only a handful throughout history that has even sort of breached the barrier of this is wrong. And no, you listen, all the shade to white women on this one. All the shade. Because white women believe that white men are still responsible for their safety, upkeep, and future. Not the black woman. Not even though we showed you. Ugh. Child. Okay. That's all we're going to do. You know. People are just going to have to dig in. And these next 4 years, are going to have a rippling effects for the next decade, right? Because these changes, it's going to take, it's going to be 10 years of misery, you know, 10 years of misery. Four is going to give you 10 years of misery. And so, and then, listen, I know people like, oh, it's too late to. No, it's not too late to blame people. I'm still blaming people. I'm still blaming white women. I'm still blaming some of the Latino population. I'm still blaming some of the immigrant population who could vote. I'm blaming them. I'm blaming them. I'm blaming some black people too, the 10% that voted for that foolishness. But here's the thing. This is what I know. Because let me tell you something. When you look at the poorest ass states, and Connecticut is not a poor state, we're going to feel it, but we're not a poor state. Some people are going to feel it, but the good thing is we got a legislative body that is quite sympathetic to the plight of everybody. And I have faith in our legislative body in Connecticut. Now I know there's some towns that don't give a F about cities. Although they come to the city to enjoy niceties and enjoy things. Or when they gotta have health stuff done, they bring their little asses into New Haven because that's where the care is. You know. So so they'll care in that regard. You know, and you know, when they got a drug problem in these cities and in their towns and villages and you know, all these places, guess where they send their people? They send their people to New Haven because they know we have the resources here to deal with whatever is plaguing communities. So so that's a very sort of real. Those are real. I will say this: I have faith in the Connecticut legislative body to fight on the behalf of urban centers as well as rural spaces and suburban spaces. Don't get me wrong, we got a lot of Trump supporters in this state. A lot of Trump supporters. More than I care to say. And and but the state is, you know, it's not red, it's not blue, it's purplish. They you know, strong leanings of uh, Democrats who hold positions, you know. But there are some Republican mayors and Republican selectmen, first selectmen. I mean, there's some of them, you know, and they're not leading the major cities, but they are leading the small places. So I'm thinking about these states, you know, and then you know, and just to see the undoing of Planned Parenthood is just unconscionable. So that means, you know, this is a country that hates women. This country hates women. They hate white women. I mean, they hate black women. They want white women to bend to to their will. They hate black women. They hate white women who want to have careers and jobs and autonomy and agency. So they hate those kind of white women. So this march on shutting down Planned Parenthood is not about, you know, they could care less about black and other kinds of women. They want to stop white women from accessing reproductive health care because they know, because the data bears this out. White women are not laying down having babies in numbers. This is why you start to hear all this ridiculous ass talk about legislation funding states that have high birth populations. But what they don't say is they don't give a damn about black birth population. But they want white birth populations to increase. And there's some white women who are like, I'm not about that life. And I'd get to decide. And see, those are the women they want to stop. Because those are the women who know how to walk their asses to Planned Parenthood without any problems, without judgment, without any of the other foolishness that other hoops have to jump through. You don't have to do at Planned Parenthood. And so they think by shutting that down, that will cut women off from having agency of their reproductive health. And they'll be forced to like have these unwanted children in numbers, in record numbers. But here's the thing. Closing Planned Parenthood does not stop abortions. I just hope they understand that. It's not going to stop abortions. You know. It's just not. Now, what it will do, it might create harm to women because here we go. We've already seen this story 50 years ago. Back alley butchers and all this other kind of stuff, and women acting in desperation and all this other kind of stuff, and going to seeking medical care that might not be in their best reproductive health interest. That kind of stuff. So closing Planned Parenthood is not going to stop abortions. It's just, I don't know why they even think that. You think women are going to like been to this foolishness, this going to be an underground railroad situation. We've been here, done that. Been here, done that. Been here, done that. Been here, done that. That's why Planned Parenthood exists. Ugh. I'm telling you, it's just the thinking of white men. It's just so egregious to my spirit. They really think if they shut down Planned Parenthood and defund it, that somehow or other white women in droves are going to get on their backs and push out babies. Oh, and let's throw $5,000 in the mix for them. You really think $5,000 is going to do something with a woman having a baby? Do you know what it costs to have a baby? If I was white women, I would boycott sleeping with white men forever and a day. If you want me to have babies, I would push out nothing but black and brown babies. That's that's what I'm suggesting. I know. Listen. You want white women to have babies? What if they have babies that are not white? I'm just saying. It's just the thinking of white men is a dangerous thing, particularly when they're mediocre and on the stupid side. It's just outrageous. Just outrageous. So yeah, so they don't care about black women having abortions. Although the black woman that they had on life support down in wherever Georgia, it's just sickening. But that speaks to the history of breeding us. That's all that is. They not new to that. They've been doing that since we haven't even gotten to the part in the story of enslavement of people in this country. We get to breeding farms. We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't had those conversations. We haven't told that history yet because that right there is over the top. It's over the top. So I'm like, okay, you know. So yeah, white women, this is gonna be on you. All this is gonna be on you because you had opportunity to stop this foolishness and you didn't. And once again, we handed you the keys to drive the car and you freaking drove it off the cliff. You just drove it off the cliff. I was like, okay. So when we meet and have rallies stuff and we don't include you, that's because. And listen, there are some white people who are about it, understand it, and are doing everything they can in their power to sort of be in solidarity. I'm not talking about those white women. I'm talking about the white women who mean us no good. And there's a lot of them out there. And you see them every day, toting piss for Trump. Every day, all day, 24/7. You see it. You see them on Fox News. You see it. I wonder how Fox News is gonna spin this stuff when they start seeing people kicked out of their homes, hungry, can't pay their bills. I want to see how they spin that. You know. So okay, it's just outrageous. Just outrageous. Here we are. This is where we are, boys and girls. You know. And and listen, I don't say any of this to say don't be celebratory in your lives because you gotta be celebratory in your life. You gotta be celebratory. You can't just walk around with a cloud of gloom over your head because that doesn't help you. It doesn't help your community. It doesn't help anything. You've gotta have some balance with this stuff. You know, you gotta have some balance. So, good people, good people. Good people, good people. We'll get there. I remain always hopeful. And and I just remain uh ooh, thanks. I could use a cup of coffee. Yeah. Um yeah, so stay encouraged, Saints. That's really that's that's true. There's coffee in the house. All right, whatever. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Mm, okay. All right. So, I don't have any guests the rest of the weekend. I'm off on Friday. So I'm trying to decide. Harry, I'm trying to decide if I want to take tomorrow too. Mm, maybe not. Yeah. Just saying. Oh, I have to go to the doctor's today and get my physical. I have to have a physical, like an old school physical, where they tap your knee with the little hammer thing and, you know, look in your ears and it's that kind of physical. I have to have it for school because it's not sunk in truly to me yet that I'm a 1L. I'm a law student, and that's what you call first year law students, 1Ls. Um, yeah. I was like, okay, all right. I'm I'm getting excited. I think I'm getting excited. I haven't allowed myself to get too excited yet because there's still some variables that I'm one of these people. I can breathe and I'm always breathing, but I was like, oh, when everything comes together, then I'm like, all right, because I'm not quite yesing anything until it all comes together. That's how I am, Although I don't stress out and I don't freak out when things are not happening in the way that they should. I have a very, very calm demeanor. I've always been like this. And I think because, I, I just early on, I don't like a whole lot of carrying on. So, and I can't think when people are excited or flipping out or, because I think very quickly when I need to in situations. So for me, um, I have to see the whole landscape. Like I could look out and see in front of me and down the road. Until I can pull all the pieces together. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm pleased as punch. Pleased, pleased as punch to to uh to be taking this journey at this point in my life. I'm not kidding you. You know, I'm uh I'm uh I'm pleased as punch. It was a 2 year odyssey to get here. So I'm not discounting that in the least. I'm absolutely not discounting that. So uh I know what I need. Uh let me see if I can find this. So I think I need to go and sit and see a little bit of hear a little bit of music. That's always quite soothing for my spirit. That's always it's always quite soothing. Oh, I want that. Oh, that would work. Oh yeah. Yes, black. Blackety black, black, black. I like my coffee. I found something that I like. I'm gonna order this today. Hmm. Okay. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So the law school it has a book club and they're about to read The Other Westmore, The Other Westmore. So I might get it just to read it with them. I think meeting the book club was the 22nd or something. It's online, Zoom. I was like, do I really want to take this on? But I want to be in the community of these folks. I was like, oh. But the bookstore is closed this week, so I won't be able to get it until like, I don't know, Sunday maybe. You know. So, yeah. So I'm thinking about that. And I like Governor Westmoreland. I like him a lot. I like the way he talks. I like the way he thinks. Uh, I just like him. And so I wouldn't mind reading his book. I know the story because I remember when the book came out, uh, that it was a big deal. So I was like, well, let me I thought about it. So maybe I'll go back and rethink my position, you know. And yeah, so that's it. That's it. That's it. That's all I got, you know. That's all I got. Now, trying to figure out. Oops. Anyway, uh, I'm working. I'm working, working, working day and night. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I do need to do I think I might have time to do a little bit of inner city work when I come back. Yeah, I will. I'll do some inner city work. Just a little bit, I think. I don't have to do a whole lot, just enough on a Wednesday. No sugar, just black. Have a good day. You too. No. I've got my marching orders for the day, um, and all of that. I'm just checking the news feeds and seeing what's happening. Although, it's about 70, 76 outside, cloudy. I don't know if it's muggy yet. Mm, you know. but we got a little rain yesterday. I don't see any rain today in the forecast, but it's going to be pretty cloudy for the better part of the day. High 82. So that's pretty warm. So, hydrate, stay hydrated, people. Don't fall out in these streets. You know, Thursday looks good. Friday looks good. Saturday, little peak of sun. Sunday, same thing. And then sunny on Monday. So we are squarely in summer. The weather is telling us we are in summer, which feels really good. I needed summer. I needed it. So, so there's things I need to do. And let's see what else is going on. Ah, oh yeah, the Deltas have their convention July 8th through the 12th. And it's going to be where? Is it in DC? Oh my God. Okay, here, dear friends in DC, leave now. Because when the Reds come through, you're not going to get into your favorite brunch spaces. You're not going to get to your favorite shops for shopping. The traffic is going to be, it's already maddening in DC. When the Reds come, just leave for a few days and just not put yourself through it. The bars are going to be packed. The brunch spots are going to be booked. Restaurants are going to be turning you away. Just the Reds taking over the city. Don't fret. Don't fret. I'm saving you. I'm telling you when it is so that when you walk out your door and you're like, what happened? When you walk out your door, anytime, I would say people will start getting to convention maybe around the seventh, sixth to seventh. Some people put a few more days in front of it. Some people will put a few more days behind it. But it is squarely the 8th to the 12th. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be you're gonna be overwhelmed. Just to my DC friends, because they'll be like, "That's why'd you tell us?" I was like, I think this advertised all over the place at this point. You'll know when you start seeing the first load get off the trains and in the airports. You already know. He was like, uh-oh, the Reds are coming. Yes, they are coming. So if you have some place to go, I would say take your asses to Virginia or something. Just go to Virginia for a few days. Get out the way. Because it's only gonna make you mad. It really is. So just go ahead on. All your favorite haunts you're not gonna be able to get into. So and I got quite a few friends in DC, you know. So I'm just telling you, go get out of the Maryland, DC area and go to Virginia. Take yourselves to Virginia and have at it. Because the Reds are coming. And baby, and Reds with money, they're gonna have a good time. They're gonna have uh they're gonna have a good time. I've not been to a convention in years and years and years and years. One thing is, I cannot tolerate that many people. I don't care if I do love all these women. I love all of them. I can't do it. And I'm a social person. I just don't like a lot of people, So anyway, just FYI, there'll be a good time. They'll go and they'll run ragged and they'll be exhausted and people are overpacked and have too many things, all the stuff. All the stuff. And that's the fact. So, yeah. Do you know in 1964 today, the Civil Rights Act was signed into law, making it illegal to discriminate based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It was a landmark victory, but the work is far from over. Voter suppression, workplace discrimination, and attacks on civil rights persist. Today, hashtag the march continues. It's amazing where we are. It's amazing where we've been. Amazing where we are. Amazing. Just amazing. So, lest we forget, today, I know it's overwhelming. It's a little overwhelming. And yeah. I love a baguette. I really do. And if I could put one in my space, I would. You know. So I guess what I really want to say is find the place of joy for yourselves and stock up on it because you're gonna need it. You know what I mean? It's like find yourself some joy and stock up on it. And and just be, yeah, find yourself some joy. That would be my my best advice at the moment. Seriously. Just hold on to some joy and build yourself some community. Build yourself some community. And I don't know what else to tell you beyond that. Oh no. You know. Yeah, get yourself some bona fide joy and then be with your peoples. You know, find a way to get in a community and to hold each other sacred. You know, find some way to do that. Find some way to do that. You know, because it's gonna be very difficult moving forward. And that's just the advice I would give people anyway, no matter the climate, you know, no matter the climate. Because when you start to see them build these detention center uh and in Florida, and you know, you hear this president talking about sending American citizens uh, out of this country. That is the craziest. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. Don't stay encouraged, saints. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Surround yourself with people to shore you up. Read good books. Listen to good music. Eat well as you can. Um, watch good films and documentaries. Like, try to build a insulating life around yourself. So when it gets hard, you won't lose heart. And when you see the amount of human suffering, um, you 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 are better able to help if you yourself are replenished, you know, if you yourself are replenished. So these are the times that try men's souls. I believe that's the quote from Roosevelt during the World War II. These are the times that try men's souls. You know. Uh, so yeah, I want everybody to get it together and do the best that you can. And it was a good conversation chatting with Nick Cantor yesterday about housing and the need for housing and the NIMBY conference that's I think next week, some sort. So there are people still in the struggle and in the fight to do the right thing. So don't lose heart. So I'm gonna take a break and I'll be back in a few. Okay, Harry, it's still summer, so summer music. Summer madness.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tight. Here we